Ladies and gentlemen, Six Fig Stock Trader here from YouTube. In today's video, we're going to be talking about internet computer price action. How much lower is it going to go? I do think that we're getting close to the bottom. Let's get into this. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day wherever you're at in the world. Now we can see that price action wasn't really ready to break out of this falling wedge on ICP. So we could maybe argue the fact that this could be coming down for one last check, or maybe even a couple checks of this lower trend line that is squeezing against this upper trend line. So this is a very nice falling wedge. I don't think anybody would dispute that. And it's a multi-year falling wedge. And so I do think that when this is all over, this will be at least a year-long pattern. And I am hoping that we will possibly see some sort of rebound. We're going to pay attention to what Bitcoin is doing here in just a second. So I highly recommend that you look at this analysis that I do on that. It might help make everything make sense. So with that said, let's look at where we're at right now. We can see that right now price action is hung up at a certain level. So let's go ahead and see that. And we know this because of this wick to the downside. So right now it almost appears that price action is kind of hung up around the 786. Let's look at this on a 1 hour chart. Okay, so we came down, nailed the 786. Price action may, in fact, be heading down towards around this $15.36 level. And if it falls below that, we could easily see it come down to around this $13.50-ish level. In my opinion, not financial or trading advice. However, we can see that there is almost some sort of a trend line that price action is following to the downside here. So this is interesting, and it will be even more interesting to see if we get some sort of falling wedge or something like that to boot, out of this. We'll just need to wait and see what exactly price action is about to do. So it is what it is. I think that at this point in time, we might see a little bit of a bounce short term for ICP simply because price action is kind of far away from this Ichimoku cloud here. So it wouldn't surprise me to just see maybe a little bounce back up to 17, somewhere in that neighborhood. We'll just have to wait and see what Bitcoin does. So I don't know, folks. I like these prices of ICP right now, all the way down to maybe even $13.50, somewhere in that neighborhood. Hopefully it doesn't go that low, but let's take a quick peek at Bitcoin and see what's going on. And you can see that there is a crazy mess going on here with Bitcoin. And folks, so here's what's happening with Bitcoin. Yesterday on Twitter, the last few days, I've been talking about how there was a significant rising wedge that had formed and that we should be careful because price is about to start breaking down. And so that's exactly what's happening right now. We're seeing this price break down a little bit. $40,345 is what Bitcoin is trading at right now. And when we go and look at this on the weekly chart, folks, this is something that I've been telling all of my followers for the last 6 to 9 to 10 months, is that on the weekly chart, once price action drifts below this 50 moving average, typically we will get a retest of the 50 moving average. But we have never seen Bitcoin really drive through this 50 moving average and return to a bull run. It's always been rejected and come down to the 200 moving average and corrected. I've been preaching this since at least July, June of 2021, because I didn't think that we were going to survive this little shebang that we did here. I thought we were going to take this to the next level and head back down. But this is my thoughts on Bitcoin. And we can kind of see 2018 came back up for that test of that 50 into the bear. 2014, kind of the same deal. It attempted and then it really struggled. So 2019 was this anomaly because of the coronavirus and all sorts of stuff. So it's really hard to look at this data because there was black swan events. So really, folks, when I think that Bitcoin is possibly heading down to check this 200 moving average, it could happen over the summer. We'll just have to play the waiting game. I think that if we see Bitcoin travel below 33,200, that might be a good indication that this corrective wave might take hold. But for now, we just don't have enough information to really support that it's going to those levels. If we go ahead and throw up a retracement, my guess is that Bitcoin's going to come down to around this 127, somewhere in here, maybe wick down to it and tap this $23,600, $25,000 area. I think that a lot of people want in on Bitcoin right now, especially a lot of these corporations and whatnot. It seems like every day Bitcoin is being adopted by bigger and bigger institutions, and they don't want to buy in at these prices. It's not in their best interest, even above 40,000. So, if this thing comes down to 23, 25,000, it might be what we need to cement this next base for new all-time highs to 100,000. Just my thoughts on it, folks. So I hope you guys enjoyed this analysis on Internet Computer, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day wherever you're at in the world. We'll see you guys all on the next video.